Isten hozta önöket műsorunkon, dr. Gemma Newman növények erejével gyógyítóorvos 2 részből a második. Ma az a megtiszteltetés ért minket, hogy részleteket mutathatunk be egy interjúból dr. Newman általános orvossal és az angliai Ashford Orchard sebészetének rangidős munkatársával. Pácienseinek és a tömegmédia révén a nagyközönségnek is megbízható tanácsokat nyújt a növényalapú életmódról. A jó orvost előadóként gyakran meghívják képzési programokra és konferenciákra, hogy más orvosokkal is ossza meg mély táplálkozási ismereteit. Számos akadály van, ami kihívásá teheti az emberek számára étrendjük megváltoztatását. A hiányos tájékozottság bizonyára komoly tényező, ami miatt a fogyasztók rosszul választják meg ételeiket. Aztán itt van az állati alapú élelmiszergyártók törekvése, hogy különböző intézkedések révén félrevezessék a közvéleményt a helyes táplálkozásról.
The meat, dairy and egg industry have paid for many articles and research to help promote what they sell. And I think that may also be another factor in sowing confusion among people, because when people are confused, they tend to be inactive. They shrink back to what they know, and they'll say things like everything in moderation. And I think that kind of confusion is a big stumbling block for people. For example, I think not many people know that the World Health Organization has actually classed processed meats as a class 1 carcinogen, which means that we know for a fact, based on all the research done over the last few decades, that processed meats are cancer causing, in the same category as cigarette smoke and asbestos exposure, for example.
Tegyük fel, hogy valaki végül meggyőződött és elhatározza, hogy állatiról növényi élelmiszerekre vált. Mi történik annak az embernek a testében? Egyesek miért sóvárognak továbbra is bizonyos állati termékekért? Dr. Newman elmagyarázza.
We have an incredibly powerful gut microbiome, and those bacteria within our gut actually start to dictate what we have cravings for. What's interesting is 1 out of every 10 cells in our body are actually human, and the rest of them are either bacterial derived or bacteria within our gut. So they have a huge impact on the foods that we crave. And the interesting thing is that once you start having more plant-based foods, the cravings that you have for these sweet or salty or processed foods start to diminish as you are then growing much more healthy gut bacteria. And that's something that is very relevant to when you're having a big diet change. The other thing to note is with cheese. Cheese is often the food that most people really struggle to give up. And there is a biological reason for that. The casein protein, the milk protein that's within cheese is very concentrated in that solid block of cheese. And that makes us produce casomorphines, which are have a mild opiate effect. So this is the reason why people feel good when they have some cheese. It does give them this sort of mild well-being feeling. And I suppose in essence that would be classed as a mild addictive food. So it is something that does require a certain amount of self-control at first, because your gut bacteria will be forcing you. They'll be saying, please eat some more cheese, eat some more meat, because that's what they can survive on. But once you've changed your gut microbiome, what's interesting is that these great and healthy gut bugs actually have a name. They're probiotics. And some people need to take probiotics, especially when you have a course of antibiotics, because they will kill off the good gut bugs and the bad bugs that are affecting your body. So I would strongly recommend probiotics to start to populate your gut again with the good gut bugs. And what feeds these good gut bugs? What feeds the probiotics? Well, prebiotics feed them. And what are prebiotics? Essentially, they are dietary fiber. So fermented foods can help too. But the main emphasis on keeping these great gut bugs alive is dietary fiber. So you've got whole grains, you've got beans, you've got vegetables, and they're the things that are going to keep you healthy inside and out.
Kértük Dr. Newman-t, hogy mondja el gondolatait, miért nincs több olyan orvos, aki betegeinek az állati termékek nélküli étrend elfogadásáról beszél.
If you look at the top 15 causes of death, a plant-based diet can help to either improve, arrest, or even in some cases reverse 14 of the top 15 causes of death. Now, the only cause of death that it doesn't have any influence over is an accidental death, like a car crash. So the plant-based diet is really great for health, but not a lot of medical institutions promote it. When you were in the 1950s and you went to your doctor, they weren't going to tell you to stop smoking in between puffs on their own cigarette. And I think similarly today, most doctors won't tell you to give up meat, dairy and eggs because, they're still eating these things. And my hope is that in the years to come, with the increased knowledge that we have, that more and more medical professionals will start to include the plant-based diet within their recommendations.
Mivel a rák egy olyan betegség, ami miatt sok ember aggódik, megkértük dr. Newmant, hogy konkrétan térjen ki arra, vajon a növényalapú étrend segíthet-e a megelőzésében.
Dr. Kelly Turner has done some research. She's looked at over 1,000 patients who've had a spontaneous remission of their cancer. And what she started to notice was that they had a lot of things in common. These patients gave up dairy, they gave up meat, they gave up eggs, they gave up sugar, they started to drink filtered water, and they had unprocessed foods. So when we look at these kinds of results, we start to notice some patterns emerging.
Megnyugtató ismét azt látni, hogy a gondviselés már biztosítja mindazt, amire szükségünk van az egészséges és boldog élethez. Küldetésünk az életben egyszerűen annyi, hogy újra felfedezzük az igazságot, eme felbecsülhetetlen ajándékokról, és elfogadjuk azokat. Zárszóként dr. Newman tanácsot adott azoknak a hagyományos étrendet követő embereknek, akik átértékelik, milyen ételeket esznek meg.
I think if you're considering a vegan diet, a whole food plant-based diet, you've got two choices. You can either carry on with your old habits and carry on with the expectations of those around you and not change what you're eating, or you can take charge of your health destiny, take charge of your diet and, as I say, learn to love the foods that are going to love you back. And I think the key to it is to be easy on yourself. Think, okay, well, I need to educate myself first of all, and there are plenty of resources available to do that online. Once you've educated yourself as to the benefits, then start trying out new recipes. Have fun with it. Make it something that actually gives you a lot of fun. A healthy diet is fun, and healthier people have more fun. So just really enjoy that process of learning more about it.
Nagyra értékeljük, hogy interjút készíthettünk dr. Newmannel. Hálásak vagyunk az idejéért és a lelkesítő információért, amit megosztott velünk. A jobb közegészségügy iránti odaadó szolgálatának köszönhetően egyre több ember fogja felfedezni a növényalapú táplálkozás csodáit.
További információért dr. Newmanről kérjük látogassanak el a Facebookra vagy az Instagramra, és keressenek erre. Plant Power Doctor.